Hank Yoo has gotten into trouble in a recent podcast of Town Social Club. Hank Yoo revealed a lot of controversial things, which are now backfiring against him. He is now regretting doing that podcast.
As you are bi, you told me that you hook up with dudes or do things for them sometimes, right?
Well, I would say like this, my price is 3,000 for sucky sucky and 10,000 for fucky,
10,000 won.
Huh?
10,000 won, not dollars.
Dollars.
People are bashing Hank in the comments. At the Very Life said, Hank is an idiot. Johnny breaks the laws of Korea, and Hank is an enabler who is trying to get clout from Johnny. I feel sorry for Hank's parents and family. Then at Lake Filter said, Hank is scary. I never thought he would share a lot of his dark, traumatic past with a smile. Watch this video till the end to see the things Hank said that could potentially get him into trouble. People are divided into two sections regarding Hank Yoo. Some people are saying Hank is trying to save Johnny Somali by claiming that whatever he did was legally correct, and that the problems Johnny Somali is facing are not justified. On the other side, people are saying Hank is trying to get into the spotlight, as he is a lawyer by profession. By explaining these legal matters, if he can help bring Johnny Somali back, it could lead to more success in his own career.
I think Hank is not... I don't want to sound mean. I think he's not 100%, and Johnny knows how to manipulate and expose that.
And now, like, Hank is his, like, homeboy who is, like, just protecting him and, like, doing all this stuff for him. And
yeah, and
the reason why I'm friends with Johnny Somali is, I don't agree with everything what he does, but I do support his freedom of speech.
Hank doesn't know that this is not the USA, where you can say and do anything under the guise of freedom of speech. It's South Korea. The culture, rules, and regulations are different, and you are bound to follow them. For those who don't know about Hank, he was actually raised in the USA from a very young age. So when he's defending Johnny, Hank is likely keeping the mindset of the USA in mind. Also, Hank was previously criminally charged in the USA, which you can see from this video.
A Tanner man has been sentenced to federal prison for firearms violations. Johnny Yoo, also known as Hank Yoo, last year found guilty on 7 counts of false statements made about weaponry and buying them. 1 count of unlawful possession of a firearm by prohibited person.
Yoo was convicted on federal firearms charges for making false statements while purchasing firearms, illegally possessing firearms as a non-citizen, falsely claiming to be a U.S. citizen to buy firearms. Yoo had been involuntarily committed to mental health institutions in New Jersey in 2013 and 2015. His mental health history prohibited him from legally owning or purchasing firearms under U.S. law. In May 2019, he was sentenced to 97 months in federal prison.
A judge sentenced Yoo to more than 8 years in prison. He must also surrender to immigration officials for deportation when his prison term expires.
After serving his sentence, he was ordered to be deported to South Korea. Yoo's case gained attention not only for the weapons charges, but also for his extremist ideologies and provocative behavior. Now let's come back to the podcast that brought him into the limelight and is now getting a major attention.
And
what do you agree with? What do you agree with that he does?
I agree with pissing off Korean Xers, for sure. Generation X, yes.
Why? What did Generation X do?
Generation X is the worst in Korea.
Yeah, explain it. Well, why are they the worst? What do they do?
The interviewer then brought up the allegations against Johnny Somali, asking Hank if he supports Johnny's illegal actions. Yet Hank shamelessly continues to argue that whatever Johnny did was not wrong.
Support Johnny Somali's right to free speech, right? But then when you continue to hang out with him after he then gets violent with people and puts his hands on people or does break the law, you do realize you're no longer supporting his freedom of speech and you're just supporting his illegal behavior, right?
Right, but Johnny never actually put his hands on people.
He has threatened to rape, hasn't he?
Rape Mopsy as a joke.
They were actually discussing an incident involving Johnny Somali and his friend Gino, where they confronted a girl named Madzi. The confrontation quickly escalated and became heated, with Johnny making several controversial remarks that the interviewer later referenced during the discussion. This particular incident has drawn significant attention due to the nature of the comments and the intensity of the exchange, leading to a broader debate about Johnny's behavior and its implications.
I got my money. Do not leave it green without money. Okay.
Don't ever lie on me.
You got an OnlyFans, you taking $10,000. Why? Because I'm not. I don't even got KCIP. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he jokingly
sure, but
threatened to rape somebody.
So how do we
but
know if
that's
it's
like
a joke
the
or not?
online, like, that's an online like streaming stuff, and I don't know if it's a threat because he said that you should get raped by Somalis.
Did you see how casually Hank is saying all these things, as if they are not a big deal? The way he downplays everything is concerning. The reason Hank is trying so hard to defend Johnny Somali has become one of the biggest conspiracy theories in the entire Johnny Somali controversy. It raises so many questions about Hank's true motives, whether he is genuinely trying to protect his friend, or if there's something else at play. His dismissive tone makes it seem like he doesn't fully understand the severity of the situation, and that only fuels speculation about why he's involved in defending Johnny so passionately.
No, didn't he say he was gonna get his homies to like rape her or something?
I don't believe so.
Hank is trying so hard to defend Johnny Somali. He refuses to agree with anything that could potentially get Johnny Somali into trouble.
Okay, so for me, when I see you get mad at Johnny a lot. You try to drag him away from trouble. You yelled at him in the police car to stop drinking. It seems like you're trying to get him out of trouble, but he keeps fucking around and you're always there to have his back. Like, I don't understand why you keep helping this guy who keeps defying your orders. Like, you're trying to keep him out of trouble, but he doesn't care, and you keep helping him. Like, I mean, do you feel sorry for him? Like, what is this? What is it for?
Do you feel respected?
Sorry to interrupt, but that's the question on everyone's mind. Why is Hank trying so hard to defend Johnny? It almost feels like Johnny knows some big secret about Hank, which could explain why Hank is so determined to protect him.
I do really feel sorry for him too, because he didn't kill anyone, he didn't rape a child, or like he didn't like abuse kids, but like, why is he the most hated person in the world just because he disrespected like Japan and supposedly now Korea?
The biggest creator behind exposing Johnny Somali's legal issues is Legal Mindset, who is constantly updating the public on Johnny's latest incidents and news, has also reacted to Hank's interview. In my opinion, the reaction was hilarious, especially in terms of how he responded to Hank's comments.
I'm not going to reveal her name, but it was a white American woman living in Korea at that time.
And how old were you?
I was 17, she was 37, and she took my virginity both front and back.
Excuse me? Hold on. Let's rewind that a little bit.
I was 17, she was 37, and she took my virginity both front and back.
His reaction was priceless, as he couldn't believe what was being said, making the situation even more absurd and entertaining.
You hook up with dudes or do things for them sometimes, right?
Well, I would say like this, my price is $3,000 for sucky and $10,000 for fucky,
10,000 won.
Huh?
10,000 won, not dollars.
God damn. Oh, Lord, I was not prepared for this.
Hank is also not clean, and he's here defending Johnny Somali despite the kind of incidents Hank himself has been involved in. For the actions Hank has done, he should also face 3 to 5 years in prison. To understand what he did, watch these videos for a better understanding.